Um, I worked with Dianna. I've been working with Dianna now. I feel like we're past two different 22, 23. Um, and it started with Dianna coming to be a facilitator, a coach or extraordinaire in our retreats, offering some deep healing, reflection and transformational work to our participants. After that, I realized I wanted the work personally. And so I worked with Dianna in a Make Moves coaching plan in the beginning of 2023. And that is really where I went from being a diversity, equity, and inclusion consultant facilitator, transitioning into more purpose work versus performance. Simply put, I was exhausted. And after my time with Dianna, I really got clear about my purpose here and what it gets to look like for the second part of my life. Sometimes people say I look young, but I'm at the halfway mark. And so I spent time with Dianna exploring and discovering what this second half of my life gets to look like and how do I put my purpose back into the planet. What we're up to is creating not only the opportunity for people to make moves in their life with the work and support of Dianna, but also the opportunity to have a connection to being able to attend, participate, support, whatever that looks like for you, these amazing retreats that we've been hosting both internationally and domestically. And so I'm excited to be here with you. As she mentioned, we are partners in this movement. And I often like to say that a movement is a move that's meant. And when you have the opportunity to show up here and be present, that means that there's some alignment, potential alignment, where you are meant to be a part of this movement. And so simply put, what's missing in the world and how do we connect in solidarity to actually put into the planet what's missing. And we believe that you are our people today and going forward. So thank you so much for letting me share. And thank you so much for taking time on your Saturday to be here with us. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Karina. You said it so magically. Yeah, it's definitely what the world needs right now, that solidarity, yet at the same time, that sense of connection that we're all looking for. So you get to choose who gets to go next. How about that?
All right. I'm gonna go to Missy.
Okay, can you hear me? Because I'm
Yes.
having technical difficulties today, of course. Missy Bright. I'm a lifelong Minnesotan who recovered and moved to Phoenix because I can't handle winter. So I'm calling in from Phoenix this morning. I've done HR for 28 years. And I love and hate people at times. I love to say I hate them, but I don't, you know? I was on a recent play and happy and all things great webinar that Dianna was a part of, and her energy was the magic that gets my butt out of bed on a Saturday morning, because this is my day to sleep in, to be here with y'all, because it's still technically kind of early here for me. That's about it.
Well, it's magnetic. I can see your smile. I see, it does take a lot of magic to, get yourself up and yet inspire all the people you work with for 28 years. And we hope today there's that sparkle, that polishing, so that you can just shine just as you are, and that life doesn't have to be something you hate. You just get to enjoy it coming back at you. Yeah. So thank you so much for being here. Okay, Missy, you get to choose the next amazing person.
Well, you're going in order on my screen, so we're just going to go Isabel. She's
okay,
next on my screen.
Well, I'm Isabelle. I'm from Montreal, snowy Montreal this morning. Kind of freezing, actually. I'm a creative director. I've been working for, well, let's say 20 years in an advertising agency, and now I'm more focused. I'm actually on the other side. I'm working in a small company, so it's less stressful. And made that change because I had a very difficulty to work in that kind of environment. It was kind of overwhelming, and so I changed just the way I saw life. So I chose joy and being a part of a group of people that were more like me, because advertising, it was not for me at all. So and I think I'm yeah, I'm in the 50s, so I think I'm in the crossroad. I think it's a new beginning. I see it like a new beginning. I feel that is something changing in my life, and I aiming to lessen the noise. So yeah, that's about it.
I like calling it the fabulous 50s.
Pardon?
I said the fabulous 50s.
Yeah, the fabulous 50s. Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's come and make it fabulous. This is going to be great. I'm so glad that you chose what your path looks like and what you want it to make it look like now moving forward. It's so pleasure to have you here, Isabel. And who do you get to choose next? There's one or the two. And I'm thinking somebody's already ready to share who went off mute.
There's only one still. Adina? Or my brother. I would choose Adina.
Okay, we'll get Philip.
The best for last.
South America. I'm Argentina, right now in Buenos Aires. And I met Dianna in Panama, Boca del Toro, with all my family. And the funny story, it was we were sitting lunch, and we both start to speak what doing each other. Sorry for my English. I don't native. I speak Spanish. So, but I work on transformation coaching with people in organization. So we connect, and really I want to see how the magic is doing here, and knowing how it be in different ways of working in transformation. So nice to meet you all. I'm really glad to be here. So Philippe, it's your turn.
Finally. Hello, I'm the only guy I noticed. That's weird. Yeah, I'm from Montreal. As actually, it's more like Laval, but it's really near to Montreal. And I've been in engineering for started back early 1990, so 25 years at least. Actually, no, 35 years. Yeah, so it's been a long time. And I decided to stop engineering last year because I didn't like the way my career was going. I wasn't happy at all. So I decided to stop everything and move to Mexico. I sold everything and I started a new life here by myself. And I started a selling school and a year ago. And so far it's been pretty good. And so yeah, like my sister, I'm 51 and I'm just starting a new life. And I think the best is yet to come. So I'm pretty excited about that. And and I also met Dianna a year ago in a coffee shop. It was meant to be, I guess. Yeah. And then she helped me with the MakeMOVES, and then I started doing my own research, and then I learned a lot in the last year for sure.
Yeah. I have to say, like, the divine magic that really happens is that when we open ourselves up to the call of like change or transformation, the right people walk into our field, because life is that energy, everything is energy, right? So at that time, which is really interesting, when I said, oh, I'm ready for a new client. I'm ready to share this because I was sharing it with, my private clients, and then they were starting to, make moves. And then all of a sudden I said, I feel this energy of somebody new coming in. And literally when I was in a coaching call, meeting a woman in this beautiful art place, in walks Philip. And he's like, hey, I'm talking about this, famous drink. And then, you feel that connection, like similar to like Missy, you feel a connection, right? So you just follow the ball, you roll with it, right? And then he came up to me and he was just like, so what are you doing here? Like, what are you doing talking to that lady over there? And then that story started to go. And then, we had like a free 20-minute, which turned into like an hour, it felt like, of just like expressing what I'm about to express to you. And it was like almost instantaneous because I felt his desire to open up something huge and unexplainable for him. And I felt like just the way that even the Make Moves methodology came to me was just like, I was ready for some new answers. And then just bit by bit, every time I met with Philip, he was just like, boom, 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 opening. And now I don't even say anything. I just listen to Philip share the way he sees the world and the way he has opened up into his universe. Like, it gives me tingles all the time. And I love the fact that, like, just following up with him recently, that has been part of his new way of like sharing his school, and that, sailing is his magic, but behind that is the magic of how he sees sailing. And I'm going to express to you what, I would say his sailing is his red ball, right? For me, I actually have a literal red ball. This is a metaphor. And, meta means awareness, self-aware. And a form is a form, right? So this metaform or metaphor is something that allows me to bring awareness to myself. Okay, so I'm gonna, so maybe Karina, you can give me the host back, and I'm gonna share a video with you. So 5 years ago, I went on a world tour to spread my red ball, which is my way of seeing the world. So this has become my teacher. And I say that actions speak louder than words. Visuals are more expansive, and each person will have their own significance to whatever that is. But I felt like when I say everybody has a red ball, and they're going to move it in their unique way, and they're going to discover their magic in how they move it in their own way. And that's the way you move, you see? So I would like to just share with you kind of things that I've done in this has been a 20-year project. In 2003, now 21 years, I quit a mechanical engineering job, left the matrix, and then I followed my magic. I went to a clown school, yes, because I was too serious in life. And I'd made a huge change in my life. This is just the backstory. And so I learned that we can actually create a life out of the magic, out of the laughter, out of this joy that you say, well, I want to make sure I have my joy in my work everywhere I go. So I've designed a life of this work. And so I hope you enjoy this. I'm going to share a little video to warm you up into what this work is all about. So let me know if you can see the screen. Yes? Okay. So here we grow.
When I was in my deepest, darkest moments, up against the wall, and there was nothing else to do, all I paid attention to was that small little light. When I focused on that little light, I started to build my life around what felt good in my heart, what I was here to express and experience. And I followed that. If you do the things you love, it only inspires others to do the same. I had to get into my body and into my heart. We're running a rat race, and what starts to gnaw at us because our vision starts narrowing down, and we're stuck in this entanglement. What is this worth? Is life worth living? What else is out there? Let the world tour begin. This ball became my companion on the journey. It became part of my identity. I empower people to have the balls to express their raw, authentic self. That's what I'm in love with. It makes me smile from my heart. And I know it's through my essence that I can connect to other people. I love when people are shining and expressing themselves. My mission in life is to empower people and to learn as many forms of love, especially self-love. To never give up.
That's just a little splash of the work that I have done in the past. And I continue to work because I feel there's this great spirit that moves through me to really inspire that life is to make moves that matter. And matter is not to like attain like material goods. It's to make this meaning, like Karina said. It's like to move with meaning, to move with this full embodiment of what you believe is right, or your core values, and then that you move with all your heart. You move with your heart. You move with your red ball. So this is a beautiful metaphor, like I said, that if we were to tune into our red ball, okay, that center of our heart, okay? So I'm just going to give you now an exercise, now that you have this point of focus. So everybody just kind of sit. You can practice this anytime you want. So I'm going to give you this tool. So sit with your hands free, okay? Our body is like our vehicle of opening up to our red ball. So they're just going to roll our shoulders 3 times back. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So just notice that everything is connected. So when you rolled your shoulders back, does your chest open? Yes or no? Okay, pretty simple, right? So when you roll your shoulders down, that is an indication of like you're calm and you're grounded. Okay. Sometimes when the world gets to us, this noise that Isabel's talking about, our shoulders start to rise up. Okay. So we notice like we're doing work like this. And so our chest starts to close in, right? So this is the first indicator. Are we sharing our red ball or not? No, because we're not doing the work is being done on us. We got to do the work. So roll it back, open our chest. Okay. So now we got to be light. The magic has to be at ease. We got to be in flow. So now that our chest is open, we're like a tall channel, right? And then our head is lifted up to the sky. So just imagine like a balloon, like a red balloon is now lifted up to the sky. So it even starts to lift that like our torso is just hanging from our head. Can you feel that? Okay. So what's natural to all of us is that we are connected with gravity to this earth, yes or no? Okay, so gravity is our friend. Feel it, drop. Illumination, higher vibration, our higher mind brings us up, right? So let that lift. See that? This is the most simple, natural posture. Okay. Now, I want you to just feel the root of your, well, it's actually called the root chakra. It's like a red ball, okay? And it's rooted on your seat. Sometimes you can feel that root connect into your legs and into your feet, touching the ground. Now we can even close our eyes. As you close your eyes, imagine this red ball root into Mother Earth, okay? Now you're like a seed. And the seed had touched the nutrients and the nourishment and all of the great abundance of growth that Mother Earth gives us. Okay. And imagine that you're connected to this eternal soil of growth. And this red ball has something very, very special to grow into the world with. What is it for you? What is it that your seed, some people say your mission, your highest desire to contribute into the world, if you were to plant that into Mother Earth through you being you, what is that? What is your intention for being here? Okay. Now we can do 3 very slow, deep breath in. And as you visualize this breath and you're soft and relaxed, more of that life force connects to that seed touching the earth. So go ahead and take your first slow, deep breath in and breathe it into that seed. Go ahead, number 1. And then as you exhale, listen to what that seed is for you. What is that intention? Good. And now on your second deep breath in, and sometimes it's kind of clogged up and a little challenging, but as you go deeper and you breathe slowly in, you're removing all of those blocks, all those old roots, all of those things. So breathe it in and then bypass all those things that kind of get in your way and continue to breathe through them and breathe deeper into your intention. So you got to relax more into that. Go ahead, take that second deep breath in. Sometimes a smile allows you to feel that connection. You're excavating all that deep, unknown, unconscious, and you're connecting to your conscious desire right there. And then as you breathe out all of that resistance. You can breathe out through your mouth. And you're letting out all of that stuff that kind of gets in the way from our true intention. Excellent. Now this slow third deep breath in, you're going to breathe it in and then you're going to hold it. And you're just going to give all that life force from Father Sky, from the top of that beautiful uplifted balloon, and it's going to connect that light, love, and breath of life into that seed. Breathe it in slowly, knowing you're a channel. Let it cultivate that love and light and that life force into that seed. And now I want you to start visualizing that it's being powered up by this simple intention, this visualization. Breathe it in, keep breathing in. And then when you felt like you've breathed all that life force in, hold. And then allow that red ball to just expand. See it, receive that love, receive that light. Receive that life force. Now, because you are this red ball, allow that to seep into your cells, seep into your mainframe, your energetic signature, your conscious awareness. Allow that to be you. Wonderful. And on your own accord, breathe it out. Now, breathing out, this is your expression of you, your pure expression of you in all directions. And that's your simple contribution. That's it. Send it to all those relations that know they're waiting for you. And then start to breathe naturally. Feeling now centered in this powerful core of you. Y-O-U, your own universe. Wow. How does it feel to be in the center of this inner space of you? Well, this is what we're here to explore. This inner space is what creates your outer space. And we're here to travel into our divine space so that we can execute, express, and become this beautiful expression that our red ball is here to fruit. And so on the count of 3, just with this lovely awareness of your inner space, we're going to come back into the outer space and we're going to share what we discovered on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Back into the space. Okay. So we'll have a few minutes for each one to just share, because it's really important for us to just get to know everyone's universe and where we're coming from. Would you like to share how, this was less than 5 minutes, that felt for you when you tuned into your inner space, and maybe what you feel like you want to bring out into the real world, like a dream or like a value that you want the world to experience, your red ball, so that you can bring it and we can help see it, magnetize. Yeah. So maybe just a minute each, just kind of what you explored, and then I'll share a little bit more. So who'd like to go first? Isabel, how did you feel? I'm not going to ask you. I'm going to ask because we got to make moves, right?
Yeah. A lot more calmer, of course. I feel like I want to spread beauty, I think, but beauty not, of course, I'm in design. I'm all about outside beauty, but inner beauty, just great values, beauty in people, beauty in, of course, human being. The human needs beauty. He always searches for beauty. It's not just an aesthetic point of view, but I think I don't know, I'm just like spreading the love. It's spreading the beauty. I don't know if it makes sense, but that's what I felt.
Oh,
And that's what I feel.
awesome. Well, I have to say that I'm about to go into a 4-day big vision to go up into a mountain with no food, no water. So there's 0 distractions, that's noise. And my big word is beauty, because beauty is actually a healing tool that we were taught to observe and reflect in when I became an expressive arts therapist. So therapy uses this question of what is beauty to you? And so what a pleasure to have someone who's going to reflect and observe that in our world and define it in your very special way. Thank you, Isabel. Okay. So how about Hadina?
Well, for me, it's always helping other people to be their self, and don't fight itself. I don't know how to say it, but helping.
So you're saying like you want to help people so that they don't fight themselves.
Yeah, putting their self obstacles all the time, and discover they are beautiful.
Yes.
Yes.
Kind of help people move through their obstacles and to be able to see life beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I love there's a collaboration happening here already. Fantastic. Okay. Let's go with Philip, since he was like, finally, let's get him to talk.
Sure. Well, what I've felt is it's really close to what you guys are talking about, because I'm in maritime environment. I envision a lighthouse. I want to become a lighthouse for people. That's my vision. That's my goal, I think. And I discovered that this year. So I want to be a kind of a guide for other people. So if they get lost, they can look at me and I'll make my best. I'll do my best to guide them in the right direction. That's my vision.
Wow, so beautiful. Yeah. And I hear and I see and I feel Philip every day, like all of the tools that we've, practiced. Now he's saying, before he was like, oh, meditation was like this to me. And now I was like, meditation is this for me. It's my thing. And I'm like, and how much practice he does every day to really enliven that. And that's what it takes to be a lighthouse, constantly cultivating. And I'm grateful for you. Fantastic, Philip. And Missy.
Yeah, I fit right into this process. I both feel lighter and heavier at the same time. I think heavier because I might be more grounded. Because I don't connect as much as I should to Mother Earth, and I love nature. So it was a great reminder there. But what came to surface for me is when I'm in touch with who I truly am, I have an ability to make others feel welcome, truly heard, and truly seen and listened to. But that's of course only when I'm in touch with that, right? Day to day gets whatever. And so I want to be that person more. I want to be, when you walk in that room and you don't know who to talk to, you see a smiling, happy face, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna go talk to her because she'll welcome me and she'll be the one who will listen to me. And I want to know who that is. I want to radiate light. That's what I want to. The lighthouse was like so cool, but I want to radiate just light. I want to have an aura of light.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful. You remind me of one of our past graduates, and she is working with DEI work, and she speaks a lot to a lot of people, and she's a doctor of that work, as well as taking in a lot of energy. You know, she's a welcomer. She really spreads this work. Yet some of the classes that we've gone through, she would be depleted, you know, because she didn't know how to ground first her own energy, and she didn't know how to receive people's energy and help them ground it for themselves, like not take on their energy and be the help that, like, I've learned this as a caregiver, is to take on people's energy, take on solving their problems. But the truth is, when we worked with what Karina said, sovereignty, is that we're sovereign to our own blocks. We're sovereign to our own challenges. So that's where we have to create that flow of knowing what is our gift as well as our responsibility, the ability to respond. You see? So then when we're working with our red ball and, you know, we're doing this and, you know, we're doing this and, you know, like every day we drop it, but we pick it up again and, you know, we're working with it. It's not like getting somebody else's ball and like, oh, let me, and then all of a sudden we're juggling all these balls and we're like, oh, and then we don't have our center. We don't teach them how to treat us and treat ourselves on how to teach them, you know? So it's really an inspirational technique, I feel, that like when I'm grounded on stage and I present myself grounded, I observe my people are grounded. I observe my breath is a direct remote control to everybody else's breath. It's really true. And we use that in marketing. We use that in movies. We use that in media to create tension, to create stress, to create problems that they either have a dependency on us to solve their problems. And so, yeah, come on, and we'll buy my product. No, my product is that you find your center. You find how your red ball moves and you become a master of it. Yeah. So we breathe so that the rest of the world breathes. You know, the word aloha is the breath of life in me, I see in you. Did we know that? So my client had to use her own tools. She uses the spreading of aloha. So I said, sister, please go back to your breath of life. So she finally fueled herself, learned how to take her red ball up her chakras, learned to walk into a room to radiate. And then that work did its own work. You see? So our assignment is to get in alignment. So I'm just going to briefly share a little bit more about the work that we do so that you can start to observe why the world is in chaos is because they're confused. And that was the product of you know, media, all of this politics is for us to be confused so we can be controlled and we can be in stress and fear. So then we can like be dependent on something. But my work is for all of us to get sovereign, grounded, lifted, rooted, as well as making moves so that we're anchoring ourselves. And we are in you, Y-O-U, your own universe. So please master your universe, masters of the universes, okay? So here inside of our red ball is our silver ball. And when I started to learn this type of actual art, which is called contact juggling, I started to observe that the best way to learn this is to create first one pathway my pathway of one ball. And when you bring a relationship in, that pathway follows your pathway. So we start meeting relationships on the same pathway. And what was interesting is after I found my unique pathway with my red ball to separate myself from everybody else, I centered myself, that this helped me learn about me. Okay, so when I looked at this ball, you might see your computer screen, but if you're here with me, you're going to see yourself. Okay, so this is to play, this is to move, manifest our vibration everywhere. So if your vibration is beauty, if your vibration is magnetization, if your vibration is expressing light, this is your unique red ball. Inside this now is for everything that you teach, you also have to learn yourself. Okay, so every person that walks into your life is someone is here to teach you. So I see myself in the other. When I make my pathway, those people who come along the pathway are here to teach me more about myself. To PLAY, practice learning about yourself. Here in Mexico, both Philip and I are in Mexico, it says, yo soy tú, tú eres yo. I am you, and you are me. Okay? So if we are now moving with our red balls, we're going to also get these people in our lives to teach us more how to center ourselves in our red ball. So these are the reflections. This is our mirror ball. It also helps us dive into our subconscious state. Who are the people in our past, our childhood, who have been ingrained into our memory that are still rolling around, and we're like, wait a minute, I don't know if I believe in that reflection anymore. We can take that ball out, we can take that ball in, and we can bring in this ball and this ball, or at the same time, learn to see somebody, and for the quality that they're here to teach us, there's something deeply inside that we haven't been able to see without this person. So play is to be able to not only learn the methods of what your red ball is to go out and play and meet these playmates. So part of our work is we teach you something on a Monday. The rest of the week, you go out and play with what this practice is, okay? Now, we're talking deeper into this reason why we're all connected. It's inside the silver ball, okay? Inside the silver ball, we have what I call the crystal ball. And as you can see, I'm upside down. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. But if we don't see this, then life is just going to be one way, which we've been told. It's just, this is life. But in fact, for everything that we see, there's an equal and opposite. Okay? So we do need our shadows. We do need our blocks. We do need those people that resist us so that we can see life in a different way. Okay? We chose this life to have an experience. We chose this life to have an intersecting point that might seem like conflict. But if we are aware of that, okay, we're able to see the stories of the other as well as the stories of the whole. So which means that I see you upside down. You see me upside down. If Isabel was here, she's going to see something else upside down and in her own unique way, as well as Philip. So wherever you are looking at this point, we're all going to have our own unique story. So if we own our own unique stories, we all converge, we exist, we create this reality together. Okay, so in indigenous values, it's not to say there's just one story, it's to say that there's all stories. I accept your story and I see your pathway towards your essence, your center. I see yours, I see yours. Okay, there's no conflict when we say, yes, it is. There's no right and wrong. We all exist. So in this practice, we can get to the core of our essence. The center of our crystal ball is our soul. Our soul has a lens, a really unique lens that is going to look into the world in your unique way. And then when we're in the center of this, all stories converge and we zero each other out. Okay, so that's what we call 0 point. So imagine yourself meditating in the center of your crystal ball, where all is and all is nothing. Okay, this is the practice of meditation. We just let all those stories go through and we just become an observer. This is the magic of when we start to define, divine, and design our moves. So if we might see it this way, all I do is a little shift and then I express in a different way. That is the essence that we're here to move with. To create relationships that have a different perspective. You see yourself differently. Like, I didn't see myself as beautiful before, but from over here, I see myself, wow, because I'm shifting the way I'm expressing myself, seeing the world, I'm going to see things reflect back to me differently. And do you think that's going to also express in our red ball? It doesn't have to be hard. It can actually be graceful, simple, yet beautiful. Balanced. Okay? When people feel that you are in alignment, a no means a no. A yes means a yes. Okay? It's not like, maybe, no, hold on, I don't know. But what if it's like, this is my core, this is what I'm here to do, this is what I love, and this is what I want to share with you. Are you ready? So this is the work of the Make Moves Red Ball movement, the way that we are just expanding as just by being. Okay, and I say it's not really an A to B. So old transformational coaching programs, it's like, what goal and how much do you want to make and all that kind of stuff. I said, no. We're transforming this. It's not A to B, linear life. No, it's A to B. Be me. Isn't it simple? So Isabel, coming into the work, being beautiful, becoming beautiful is the process, okay? Until we go off into the earth plane, let's just keep practicing becoming that beauty that you want to express, becoming that lighthouse every day, tuning in to that light that wants to talk to us. Missy, attracting people with that flow that is just moving through and you're grounding people as they're being present to you. Adina, making life so beautiful just by saying, hey, I know I can be here for you while you grow your roots. Feel me? So our practice today is simply that work. And now we have the last 12 minutes to really inspire you that Karina and I want to attract our next cohorts. Okay, so I'm going to share with you what we're about to do. And I love the fact that I have, I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. I have Philip here because as a past graduate, you know, we always need to be coming back to the work and we're going to be a different person every time. And that he brought his sister in and his sister is starting to transform. And so as we enter into the work, you know, like seeing our loved ones starting to grow, it's amazing. So what we're going to be doing is, so these are the people who have passed through Make Moves amongst many. There's Philip right here. We've had elders, we've had people transforming their lives, moving places, people just transforming how they see their workplaces. And we've had nothing but success. Okay, so I'll be sending all of this work to you just so you can learn more about like the effects of the work. And what we're going to be doing is every Monday, we're going to have, and if there's another cohort that comes, because we're going to have a few more of these presentations, Monday, we're saying 5 p.m. PST, 6 p.m. CST, and then 2 hours later is EST. We're going to have 3 people in a group. And we found this so effective because everybody inspiring each other after they learn what's happening in that week, you can start seeing people like acknowledge and see what the transformation is happening. So I'm inviting 3 new students and then I'm inviting 1 graduate so that they can co-lead with me. So now they're practicing saying how the red ball is affecting, you know, the learnings This is new. So last cohort, they were just all new students. And now, so I'm adding a graduate so that they can continue after 90 days. You're going to get a visual workbook. And then you're also going to get a MakeMOVES method journal. So you can start journaling. And as you journal and write all these really deep questions, you're going to start to really enhance your alignment to yourself. We give you you give yourself a power play tool from the learnings that we come up with. And on Friday, you check in on a text that says, wow, I didn't realize how easy meditation is. Or, I didn't realize that talking to my boss about, the values I desire in my life need to look like this. And you have me on direct access. So if I'm like, I check in on Friday and they say, wow, did you check on this? Or congratulations. And this group tribe is somebody who, like, we're really popping each other's energy together. And this is going to be a global movement. So I do have to share with you, I really am choosing a very organic way of sharing. I don't really like broadcasting. I have PlayLab for that. That's a different company. So this company is from my soul, my heart, and it's really through natural attraction and those people of word of heart. And so we are going to be motivating these tribe circles because after you get these 90 days, you can inspire your own network. Okay. And it's a very simple methodology. And so it's M-A-K-E, make, M-O-V-E-S, moves. And then it's the I, make moves. So there's an I, which is the introduction. Then we go through M, which is your mirrors, your past, your history, your ancestors that have mirrored you, all of the silver balls that are in your life. M-A, the 4 A's of how to get into alignment. K, know your knows and know the unknowns. Okay. E, you got to execute life to experience it. Okay. Don't just talk the talk, walk the walk. I, we're going to get you clear on your ikigai. And ikigai is the Japanese term of reason for being. Okay. M is your motivating mindset. So if you don't have a growth mindset, you're just going to sit back and you're just going to, oh, life is just the way it is. No, we're going to get you motivated so that your red ball keeps turning over this ikigai and you're constantly breaking into new spaces and places. O, how to open yourself somatically, emotionally, and intellectually into opportunities. Okay, so they call it the art of manifestation. But when you learn these tools, you'll understand you're just a vibration that attracts other vibrations. V is your vision. Okay, so we talked about your inner space. And if you don't have a clear understanding of this inner space and what you're visualizing, you're not going to see that in the outer world because the outer world is just a future representation of what you created in the inner world. So if you don't have a target, you don't know what you're creating. So V is your vision. Where are you going? E is your emotional intelligence because the road is not straight. It's this curvy roller coaster. So you got to be able to play through the field of emotions and so that you can dance with life happening for you. And then S is your self-actualization. Who are you? Who did you become in 90 days? And so we've had success in people seeing that version of themselves and moving towards and becoming that version, because it's that version that's going to be working in that field of people. The red ball moving in the highest vibration of what they desire in life. And then the last I is integration. Are you walking the walk that you desire to talk and express naturally? And it's part of you because you've practiced it for 9 days. Okay. So the work is take it breadcrumb by breadcrumb, step by step, but let's not try to eat the whole cake. Okay. It's just like enjoy day by day. And it's really simple. This has been 20 years of work and I'm still doing it every day, every moment. So today the regular price is $1,880 per person. And today, if you desire to jump onto our next group, which is starting on April 8th, and I'll go for 12 sessions, we're going to drop the price to $1,440 for the next 24 hours. Okay. And we will get you on board and make sure that all of the stuff that you have, that you need and desire, and we'll have some questionnaires to make sure this is what we're in alignment with, so that we can start with the best self ready to transform. Okay, so I'm just gonna go off this and just kind of like hear from everybody in the last 5 minutes, just very clearly, is that, would this be something that we would have you, is this something that you would like to jump on? Would you like to make moves with us? We're starting April 8th. Would it work for you? What did you think about this Make Moves process? And yeah, if there's anything you took away from this. So yeah, so if you would join us, anything you took away from this, and we'll close the session right after that.
Can I add just one additional question? It's just a curiosity I have. As folks are thinking about all the information, that's so amazing, and thank you. Even though I'm your partner, I still benefit every time I'm here with you. I think the question I'd like to add is, what questions might need to be answered as you consider? So if there's any questions where you're like, I need these answered, just wanted to kind of put that there too, because we're open to hearing that as well.
Oh, that's so good. Thank you so much. So we can start with that. And remember, this is not a place for us to feel pressured. I want us to just say, hey, like, look, my life is perfect. I'm grateful for just showing up and getting to meet wonderful people. I have no qualms about people being honest and real. I actually prefer that. Like, let's make sure everybody really honors their time, and you know, and at the same time, whatever you share helps everyone get clear. That's it.
So I'll share because I'm honest. I love it. I think this was wonderful. I think I'm missing something in my life. And as an ADHD person, I've even lost the word, which is normal too. But you just frustrating. Meditation, thank you. It's really hard for me. So I could definitely see it being something in my life, but at this exact moment, I'm overextended on. I do all my own learning and development. I'm in so many different programs that I've already paid for, and I'm like, I can't afford it right now, which is just who I am and where I'm at. Although I applaud you, and I think you should keep up this wonderful work.
Yeah, thank you so much, Missy. And it's great to be honest, like where you're overextended. And yeah, meditation doesn't necessarily look like sitting still, because it's hard for me. I mean, I work on it. So I actually do movement meditations to find my center. So if that's something like maybe you want to ask more questions about later, let's just please stay connected. And if at a future date you feel like there's something that we could do something together, you know where to find me. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Awesome. You're welcome.
Yeah. It's for me, it was very interesting because I work in other tools. So this for me is very interesting to discovering. So the approach for me, it's like more holistic. That makes sense. Another tools to go to the same goal, discover what I am and how be in the best way in this world. So it was very interesting to me know this approach and these tools. Thank you, Diana.
You're welcome.
Sorry for my English.
Never apologize. Usually, I never apologize for sorry for my Spanish now because I just do it, and we're grateful that you're doing,
Okay.
challenging yourself.
Maybe I teach all Spanish. So.
Sí, next, la próxima vez sí, vamos con español. Yeah, and I know that we both will be doing some really good work together. Like, I think we're going to be merging some work, and I definitely wanted you to meet Karina, my partner in the retreats, because I've said that we're going to be doing some stuff in South America. So maybe even attending some of our work there, or us coming to some of your work. This is a beautiful networking connection. So thank you for being here. Okay, I know we're at 12:01, and I have to hear from Isabel and
Of course, I was very curious about the program. I saw my brother change like almost overnight. I saw his progress, and it was great to see him evolve like that. It was very inspiring, and I was sorry, I was quite curious about the program. But right now, I cannot afford it. I'm going on a big trip this summer, so yeah, the timing is not perfect for me right now. But of course, I'm gonna consider it because I think this program is very, very holistic. Like yeah, it's not. Yeah, I have difficulty expressing, but yeah, it's a total. I just saw my brother change, and yeah, it's so powerful, I think, and yeah, it's kind of a weird answer, but
no, it's so organic. It's so real. Like, for you to see someone change, that's all we want to say is like the best testament. And we definitely want to have you. And like, for me, is like for you to feel the material or feel how we express it, especially from someone who looks at marketing and looks at the way, people translate information. To hear what you just said, and that you feel it's a holistic, it's not spiritual, it's not a religious thing. It's for us to just express honestly. Okay. Philip, would you like to just quickly share, and we'll close up this circle with so much love?
Yeah, yeah, your presentation was very nice, actually. Thank you for inviting me and sharing your 20 years of knowledge and trying to help people this way. I think it's really, really amazing because I believe in your Make a Move because it works for me, so it will work for other people. And 3 months is a good time to grow because we all grow in different speed. In my case, for some reason, it was really fast because I was at the right time. I was in the right time in my life. I was ready for it. It's not everyone is ready for it. We all have different pace. But I'm pretty sure it was going to help a lot of people come the next year or so. So yeah, congrats. It's really good.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much to everyone. If there's anybody, now that we're in connection, we're going to spread the news about upcoming presentations just like this. If it benefited you even just a little bit, and you want to share that wisdom to people that who might be interested, who might be ready for like something like this, it's just spread the word that is natural and authentic to you, so that we may help change the world one red ball at a time. So thank you for the love that you are. Thank you for expressing your star. Thank you. Keep that short. I love you. Have a wonderful day. We'll stay in connection.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay, well, I recorded that. I didn't actually ask them if that was
You
okay.
wanna stop recording?
Yeah, I just like, oh.